Hello everybody, my name is Endesius and we are here again with War of the Roses, and I am going to do a little look into the profile editor here. Now, you start with 4 common classes, then you can unlock custom classes through getting to a certain level and then paying for it. You notice how I can't pay for this one quite yet. And this is the first one, my Man About Town. And if we go into here, we get a whole bunch of stuff. Now, first thing on the list is perks. Now there's obviously offensive, defensive, supportive, movement, and officer perks. Now I'm going to go through what I like. This is not necessarily what you have to do or what I suggest you do. It's something of, this is what I like and this is how I play. Now first off, I chose the Man-at-Arms because I'm good at melee. My second custom class will probably be an archer, but if we go into Man-at-Arms, we get 5 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sub perks. Now you get this main perk, which is Man-at-Arms, and then you can choose 2 by buying, like these, sub perks. Now I chose Shield Breaker, which is, I just undid. I chose Shield Breaker, which allows the character to do more damage with 2 shields, which is good because people use shields a lot. And then Break Block, which is where any fully charged attacks will force your opponent to ready another parry instead of being able to keep up their previous parry. Meaning I can just mess with them and they have to restart their attack, or parry if you will. Now the other stuff here is it's not let me, oh, I have to unlock one. Okay. Is push grants your character more the ability to push away foes. So it's kind of like Shield Bash, if you will. Hamstring is fully charged attacks that strike the back of an enemy's legs, knock them down. Well, I hardly ever attack from behind, so that was bad for me. Enables follow. I always forget how to say that word. Reposit, whatever. Enables follow-up attacks after parry. So in other words, you parry and then follow-up attack right away. And the other one is Highwayman, which decreases the time it takes to switch weapons. I don't switch weapons all that often, so I don't really do that unless I'm playing like an archer, which that would make a good sense. So, put that back on. We'll go to our defensive perks, which right now I chose Shield Bearer, because I like the shield. It helps me out quite a lot. Now, there's only 3 in this one. Shield Wall is basically, you hold your shield up and you can move quicker with that shield up. And it didn't really work for me. Shield Expert is significantly reduces and covers of shields, meaning you don't get bogged down by the shield when you're using it. Meaning you can move quicker, I guess. In Shield Bash, which I don't use, like in my previous video I said Shield Bash is way overpowered and needs to have some type of cooldown. I do agree with that, but I don't use it in that manner because I use it when the opening arises. Now, you can believe me or not, that's up to you. So, Shield Bash is basically, you're holding your shield out, the guy's trying to attack you, you bash him, and then you ready your strike and strike. That is basically the use of Shield Bash and how it's supposed to be used. Dumb. Going back to supportive perks here. Now, I chose Watchman because I'm not much of a I always forget about tagging enemies. It's only pressing the T button, which I always forget about because, you know, there's battle going on and everything. But Watchman is basically keen eyes, meaning you can reveal enemies faster, which is always good. And Spotter, which involves tagging enemies. You get more XP when teammates you tag basically are killed by your team. The other one is Surgeon, which is probably what I'm going to switch to when I get up to level 15. And Surgeon, I believe, has 2 perks, same as Watchman. 2 perks, which it helps you revive faster, and you can be revived faster, which I like a lot because reviving gives you a lot of XP. And being revived is a pain in the butt when your teammates can't revive you in time because they're being attacked by an archer or some dude runs up on them. So, moving down to movement perks. Now there's Infinite Impact Cavalry. I'll eventually do a Cavalry perk. I can't buy it right now, obviously. Plus, I am not level 10. Yes, I'm quickly a low level, as you can see down here at the bottom. But my infantry, it basically gives me movement, and like right here is runner, which increases your character's momentum maximum double time, meaning the longer you push down the forward or back button, and probably the forward button more so, you can run faster than any other character that doesn't have this perk. Now, to go down the list is Field Warden, which basically increases your character jump height. I didn't see a point to that. City Watch makes you climb up ladders quicker. And Cat Burglar, which makes you survive falling damage quicker. Well, since I picked Runner, I figured Fleet-Footed was the best one, which means I get up to my maximum speed quicker. Makes sense to me. It means I can run after an enemy quicker if I'm not charging a weapon, because that slows you down. Now, Office perks I didn't get because it unlocks at level 30. It's basically tagging. If you're in a conquest match, let's say, you can tag a flag, kind of similar to how squad leaders can do in Battlefield 3, or I think any of the Battlefield games, truthfully. And I don't know I think there might be 2 perks. I don't know if there's what kind of perks are in there, so I obviously can't look because it won't let me. And anyway, coming down to your main weapon. Now, your main weapon, see, I have nothing selected for mine because it takes away my main sword, which I can probably put like a 2-handed axe, or like, okay, I don't have, the only thing I can buy right now is a whatever that Galvanized axe, whatever. I butchered that word, but or a pronged bell. I can only buy those 2. But the thing is, I'm horrible at long range weapons because they only have the blade at the front. If I back out here, I can show you on the guy real quick. See, you notice how on the blade of my guy is long, where I can, as if it were an axe, it would only be effective up here using this part to block instead of the shield. Now that gameplay is a bit harder because I tend to forget to block a lot. Alright, well, going back into main weapons. So I showed you the 2 clubs into 2-handed axes. There's pole arms, which take a while to unlock. I think the first one I can unlock is level 12. Here is this one, which looks very similar to this. There's spears. There's lances, which are used mainly for cavalry. Torment lance does more damage. Okay, moving down. Two-handed swords. Well, there's only one that's Scottish sword, so I could buy that if I wanted to. And then it comes down, if I were to unlock my cavalry perk, these would be unlocked as well. Then it comes down to sidearms. Now, yeah, sidearms. And then you can have one-handed clubs, which is basically a hammer and a mace. Regular swords. This I got the Black Iron Oxide Castilian sword. I got for pre-ordering the game. And the arming sword. In the long run, the archer's hanger is probably the most effective sword, but it's got less damage because it's quicker but less damage. All the other swords are pretty similar. This one just has less damage and is a little bit quicker. I get it now. Anyway, backing up. And then there's one-handed axes, which I'm waiting for this one to unlock. Short simple bill, which is probably what I'm going to be putting on my cavalry. Moving back, and then we go into daggers. You only get 2 daggers from your automatic dagger and your pointy stick, which I find is kind of funny. But this you'll lack at level 60, which I'm far from it. But when you go into these, okay, obviously I chose the bulk dagger, and then I can choose, I can buy these. These are common fighting styles. There's Imperial fighting style, Milanese fighting style, and common fighting style. The common fighting style has really no disadvantages, I guess, but if you notice, if I take away that, it takes away all my speed, my ready up speed, and my movement speed, but it gives me more damage. But if I choose this one, it gives me less damage, but it pops all that stuff back up, which is probably what I'm going to choose when I can get that much money to get. Anyway, moving back. And then we go into shields. Well, there's only one shield in the game, well, 2 shields in the game. There's the shield I have now, and there's the Welsh shield, which is usually commonly used by archers. Now, it gives me 2 types of, what's it called? Plate. There's steel plate, and then there's hardened steel, which is weird why its health is less and it's heavier. The only thing that it does is protection from penetration, meaning arrows or jabs at you. So back. There's helmets right now. There's heavy helmets, which I can't unlock yet, and those are the ones with the visors that you can put down in game. There's light helmets, which are just like leather hats and hide hats, which I probably will never use whatsoever. And then there's medium helmets, and I'm holding out for this one, which is close by. I'll probably buy that one, and I'll probably put it on most of my characters because of its attributes. Obviously I can't go in here because I don't have the perk for cavalry. I can see what the mounts are, and then I can rename. And if you notice over here, it gives me gives me my weapons. If I had a main weapon, it'd be there. But if, and that shows my other one too. and the fighting style and the, I think, sword type. And then it gives me the perks I chose and the sub perks I chose. Now, before I forget, sidearm. Since I have the sword selected, I have this one selected, and I have the combat fight, I can choose the kind of steel, which I'll probably go with this one when it comes down to it. And then I'll probably go for, jeez, well, the health on it is like nuts. But I'll probably go for this because I want to kill people quicker. That's just my opinion. But, you know, I die a lot, so the quicker I can take someone down, the better. But there is my quick look into the customization of your characters. As you can see, my character has a whole bunch of perks unlocked, but if I go over here to the Foot Knight, you know, he doesn't have all the Man-at-Arms sub-perks, or the Officer Training sub-perks, or the Longbowman is missing an Officer Training sub-perk. Same with the Shield Bearer here, he doesn't have the other sub-perk. And, you know, same with this one too. Well, this one has most of the perks as well. But, you know, he has a different fighting style, as you can see. But in the total end of it, it all comes down to your personal play style. What you want to play, how you want to play, and what works to your strengths as a player. So, this has been a quick tutorial. I hope you liked it, and I will see you next time.